Simon, I've been sending the link. It's not delivering. Check your WhatsApp. This is Reverend Joe Vicar. I've been sending. Facebook. Are we friends on Facebook? That's another issue. Okay, you know what? Join the program. Let me send you the link. If you join the program, then maybe you can join from the comment section. Hello, my wonderful viewers. I welcome everybody to this live broadcast. Uh, it promises to be a very great one. Unfortunately, we are starting about 11 minutes late due to some issue. But by the grace of God, we've been able to handle those issues. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Please, if you can hear me, send me. I can hear you so that we can start immediately. Can you guys hear me? My wonderful uh, listeners and viewers all over the world, we welcome you to this wonderful program. Like as I told you guys, I'm really sorry to start a little bit behind schedule. And more especially, I must be very, very apologetic to my guest who has been online waiting for me. That shows a high level of discipline for his own side. That my apologies to anyone that you have been waiting for me to start immediately by 6 o'clock Nigerian time. We're trying to see that everybody of each and every one of them is connected. Today is we. I have two notable individuals, very prominent in social media and prominent in their society and whatever they are doing, which they are doing very well. By the grace of God, it pleases God that I'm going to have them today in this program titled Political Angle. Want to be on a political angle today to talk about the 1999 Constitution and the way forward. So today I have two wonderful notable individuals, as I said earlier, in the person of Mazi Tochukwu Ezoke and Mr. Simon Ekpa. These guys are known individuals. You guys know, followed by Mr. Simon Ekpa, a very notable individual. You guys also know those of you who have been watching him online. Today, but we are going to be joining hands together to talk about Nigerian constitution and the way forward. If we have a way forward with it, we need to know. If we don't have, we also need to know. As you guys know, by the grace of God, I told you guys that I am a priest. I'm also a journalist by the grace of God, based on my study in the school. I'm also a military man, but that one is always silent. Many people don't know about it, and I don't want people to know about it. So permit me welcome on board Mazi Tochukwu is okay. Hello, sir. Can you say hi to the people?
Yeah, hello. Good evening, viewers, and good evening, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Please permit me to also welcome my brother Mazi Simon Ekpa. Simon, please can you say hi to the people?
Yes, good evening, everyone from here. Good to have every one of you, and my brother from the other side, Tochukwu. Good to see you for the very first time.
God bless everybody.
Good to see you as well.
God bless everybody. God bless everybody. Thank you, guys. Now we are looking at today. Today's topic we are looking at is 1999 Constitution and the way forward. That is the way we're going to. Before we dive into that, as a priest, please, you guys will permit me do me a favor. Let's start with a word of prayers. I believe in prayers. Let's start with a word of prayer briefly. Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, we commit our discussion into your hand. After we give you thanks for all you have done for us to be alive today, we ask the presence of your presence to overshadow us. May we discuss something that would change our generation for good, to the glory of your name, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you and God bless you. Thank you. I'm so delighted to have each and every one of you on this platform today. I'm so delighted. I'm happy about it. It is my pleasure because the two notable individual guys that are very busy people. They are well to do. These are people that mean well for them, for the community, and for themselves, and for the society. And so, for having them today is a great honor to me. And those of you who are watching, you are very privileged. Please join us on Facebook, join us on YouTube as well, as the program is being aired simultaneously by the grace of God. Before I bring them in for their personal introduction, I need to have them introduce themselves. Let's have a very short break as I tell you to please do me a favor by uh, following our page wherever you're following. Okay, welcome back, wonderful people. At this juncture now, I want to start with Mazi Tochukwu. Please, brief introduction of whom you are. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I don't think there is anything to introduce. Basically, my name is Mazi Tochukwu is okay. As you've rightly said, I am the president Igbo Ekunie Initiative, and I'm a project manager. I do on my part-time. I'm a broadcaster, and I am an Igbo man unapologetically, and I stand for the good and the betterment of the great Igbo nation.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you, sir. Yeah, my brother Simon. Let's hear you, sir. Who is Simon Ekpa?
Thank you very much. In a very brief, I am Simon Ekpa, Igbo man to the core, Biafra activist, human rights activist, legal expert, and politician as well. So right now I am actively involved in liberating the Biafra people from Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Actively involved in liberating the Biafran people from Nigeria. Thank you. God bless you, sir. It's a privilege. Wonderful viewers. Today, the program is going to be interactive as usual. If you have a very wonderful contribution, you are very much free to drop it at the comment section, which must be displayed for people to see what is happening. We need constructive contribution from all and sundry. Today, we are talking about the 1999 Constitution in Nigeria, the way forward. let me start with Simon, sir. Um, what can you tell us? What is 1999 Constitution and what it has to do with Nigeria? Briefly, especially if there's anybody novice or somebody that is not a Nigerian watching and he's confused. What do you mean by 1999 Constitution? And so what can you tell somebody about 1999 Constitution? What do we mean by that? Explain, sir.
When we talk about 1999, thank you very much, Reverend Father, my brother. When we talk about 1999 Constitution, we are talking about military military decree that the Obasanjo, the transition government of Obasanjo, when they were coming, when the democracy was coming to Nigeria, was shaddily and hurriedly, edited and then adopted by few people in Nigeria from the northern, mainly from the northern Nigeria, and imposed on Nigeria people under democratic dispensation. So Nigeria do not have a constitution of its own. It has been a military constitution decree that they were using, and up to today, that military decree has become what you know as 1999 Constitution. Thank you.
Okay, that military decree up to today has become what you know as 1999 Constitution. Do you have different view, my brother? Mazi Tochukwu, can we hear you, sir, on this?
Simon already said it's a military constitution, and I wouldn't disagree much because it's a constitution that did not have the input of the people. The first sentence of the constitution is already a lie and a fraud. It's a "we the people." I don't know you, Simon, if one of you were when they asked you to make your input. So I wasn't consulted. None of my reps were consulted. So it's something that is already ab initio a lie of its own, because it starts with "we the people of Nigeria." Yet the people were not consulted. Even, Simon didn't even go in the details. When Obasanjo was sworn in, Obasanjo was sworn in with no constitution. So it was after the sworn in that the 1999 constitution was actually activated. So, no one saw it before then. It's a packaged deal by the military. But many legal experts actually say that that is a repackaged 1979 constitution. But be that as it may, I think I want to agree that that constitution is something that is not of us and is not by the people. Hence, we see the things we see today, because it's something that is detached. You can see, when I say detached, it's detached by the people. Imagine if the way people came in 2014 under a national conference and you say, okay, we want to have a new constitution. Now, I could submit my memoranda, Simon could do his, you can do yours. I am representing Ndibo. I'm not interested in representing the Northeast or Northwest or any other people. I have the interest of Ndibo at heart, yet I am coming in there from my own ethnic nationality, making my own presentation, and at the end of the day, everything will be brought together. That will mean when people go back and see that whatever they agreed, obviously everybody wouldn't agree anyway. Everybody wouldn't agree on one thing. But at least if the majority of the people know that they are using a constitution that reflects their own yearnings, their beliefs, the things that they think they've submitted, would have been a different kettle of fish altogether.
Whoa, wow. You've extensively elaborated on that particular kind of introduction about the Constitution. Thank you for doing that. Now, both of you share the same views that this is something that was concocted without the people, and nobody knows when it was done. And you made a very important point that when the recent democracy started in Nigeria, that the man Obasanjo was never sworn in with the constitution, which I totally agree with you that that's the way it is. Now, my question is, Mr. Simon.
Yes.
since this particular constitution was not done by the people and it's being used to govern the people, do you think the people are enjoying the dividends, the outcome from this same constitution that was done by a particular set of people? Or is it the people that is favoring and is not favoring, in your own view?
That is why, thank you very much. My brother Tochukwu, took his time. I like that. I like that explanation. He took his time to explain that constitution, which is very, very good. Yeah. One thing everybody should know, those who are watching us and those who will watch this video later on, is that when we are talking about whether people are enjoying the constitution of Nigeria or enjoying Nigeria as a country, it is actually the reason why somebody like me and thousands and millions of others are fighting to exit Nigeria. Now, how would you enjoy from a dividend of constitution that a particular set of people, not even a particular set, Fulani people, concocted and imposed on other Nigerians? And in that same constitution, you have everything you call exclusive list and all that. The point I want to make clear today is that the issue is not just about the constitution. The issue is about the entire Nigeria setup. You cannot have a constitution that the consent of the people were not asked in the first place. And then you come under that constitution and you write boldly, we, the people of Nigeria. Like my brother Tochukwu rightfully said, that he is not happy and he is not going to accept that kind of constitution because they didn't consult his representative. The same thing is applicable to everybody in southern Nigeria today. Nobody is happy with the constitution except the core northern Nigeria are only people that are happy. Now, I want us to look beyond the constitution now and look at other things that has happened in Nigeria without the consent of the people. If we are crying for this constitution that our consent were not sought before the constitution, we should also be crying on every impunity that has happened in Nigeria without the consent of the people. Example of these impunities are state creation. A lot of states were created without the consent of the people. So how are you going to be happy in a country that you will be sleeping in Anambra State and in the next morning you wake up in Benue? How are you going to be happy in a country where you will be sleeping in Enugu State and the next morning you wake up in Benue State? How can you be happy in a country you will be sleeping in Ebonyi State under the same constitution and you wake up in Benue State the next morning without being consulted, without your consent? It is exactly the same thing. And this is the reason why when we come across the people that only focus on the constitution of Nigeria, we say, you are not saying everything we should be talking about. You are not talking it. You are not saying it. Let us be holistic in the approach. If we are going to criticize the constitution of Nigeria, we must be ready to criticize everything that Nigeria created before the constitution, under the constitution, that the consent of the people were not asked. And they are numerous. That is the reason why we are saying, okay, since this core northern Nigeria, who used the military camouflage to impose this constitution for their own selfish gain, since they do not want to listen and they don't want to do anything that will move the nation forward, we have to exit from that kind of union. And that led to a lot of us agitating for Biafra today. And let me also drop this last bombshell, that it will take the same energy you are going to use to bring down this constitution is the same energy you will use to get Biafra. It is the same energy you will use to dissolve Nigeria. We are not only interested in Biafra. If Nigeria divide today into two, and the majority of people say, okay, let us stay in southern Nigeria, let the North stay in northern Nigeria. Who is Simon Ekpa to debate that? Who is any person? it is not individual is not bigger than the nation of Biafra. So if the people say, for now, let us divide Nigeria into two, who am I? I will go by it. But for now, the most important thing is that this thing is not working. This has been a fraud, and anybody that is going to condemn the Constitution must be able to identify every fraud committed under this Constitution. Thank you.
Wow. Everybody must identify every fraud committed under this Constitution. And he made a point, it's not just issue of stepping down the Constitution, but stepping down anything generated by the Constitution. Thank you so much for that contribution. Now, Mr. Mazi Tochukwu, do you totally agree with all his assertion? Is there any way you disagree or where you want to buttress some point he made? Please go ahead, sir.
Well, I think obviously he has said it. The point remains, the reason why everyone in Nigeria is not happy is because the system is not working. In Igbo, we say, "Onadu badi, onadu go." Obviously, there are some, there are high level of injustices that happens in Nigeria that sometimes I'll vary slightly a bit with Simon here, that you can go back to the Constitution to find where the issue is. Simon, and that's where the Constitution comes in, because I'll give you an example. It is, if you want to know the definition of insanity, if you want to know the definition of stupidity, it is where you have something inserted constitutionally. You call them educationally disadvantaged, or the other one you say a child that wants to go to unitary school. If from Anambra State, you need to score 139. And a child that scores 139 will go home crying to the parents, "Daddy, I have failed this exam," right? That's what it means. So that means you need to score 140. So 139 is the cutoff. And anyone that scores cutoff knows he or she, inadvertently, is a failure. Now, where the madness comes in is, you go to Yobe, you see a child in Yobe should score 2, as in the number 2. I'm not kidding you. The number 2, as in 2. Meaning, even if you're an imbecile, even if you're an idiot, all you need is take your pen and paper, because that's an objective question, and your answers. You don't read, just don't read A, or A, B. So there is no, you do it, that you not walk away with minimum of 10. So what it means is just show up, write rubbish, and you get admission. Now, the injustice now goes deeper when you now look at someone who has such scores, and you want to bring that person with someone who obviously, because when we say 139, doesn't mean that they score 139. Some people score 150, 160, 170, 180. So you bring someone on average who scores 150 and someone who scores maybe on the average 10. You put them together and you want them to do what? To learn? You cannot put a PhD student with someone who has done maybe JSS 3. It doesn't work. Now, the function of the Constitution, and where some, when some argue that the Constitution is the bane of what is happening, is that within the Constitution, you see all manner of rubbish. Maybe when we come, maybe later, we probably need to, when you ask, it's not holistically, the Nigerian Constitution has its own thing, but there are areas in the Constitution that I think, whenever I go back, I look at it. For example, when we talk about the exclusive list and the concurrent list in the Constitution, and I look at it, I'm like, something is wrong. Why don't we think? Why has it been an impossibility for every single National Assembly that come, they will spend billions, yet they cannot, even amend the Constitution. Another one comes in, yet they cannot amend the Constitution. Now we have the rubber stampers. The rubber stampers are now willing to go spend billions to amend the Constitution. I'm like, why do you guys like patchy patchy? The car is gone. The car is broken. Just, the house is falling. You don't stop patching the roof. Rebuild the damn whole thing. I think you're muted, please. I think you're muted.
Oh, sorry for that.
Yeah.
I was saying, what do you think should be done in this issue of with the house is damaged and not trying to patch? You made mention of. So what do you think? What do you think should be done to a damaged house and not patch?
It's very simple. Listen, you have Oduduwa agitators. You have people telling you they want their own republic. You have people of the Midwest agitating. You have the Niger Delta. You have the Arewa North and the Middle Belt North. You see, there is something that will satisfy everybody, and that is when you bring everybody together. Say, how do we define the nation? And some say it's, some argue that it's a referendum, but please let us not be hung on the name. The name is irrelevant. The nomenclature, it doesn't matter. The thing is, it doesn't work. So what do we do? Call the people, let them sit down, right? You're Biafra, you're Oduduwa, you're Arewa, you're Niger Delta, you are whatever you are. It doesn't matter. You sit down, you decide how you want to be governed. You decide, okay, I want to give you another chance. Now we've done this marriage since 1914 for over 106 years and it doesn't work. Okay, now for the first time in 116 years, or rather 106 years, we've come together to define how we want to be governed. Now I can say, in the first statement in that agreement, we can say, okay, let's try for 20 years. If it doesn't work, then we can say, sorry, we come back and say, people, do you want, if 60% of your people say you want to go, you go. What are we even afraid of? We're talking about referendum. People are just talking as if it's something new. Ethiopia, for Christ's sake, has a referendum in their constitution, yet no region has ever no region in Ethiopia has ever looked into that clause and said, okay, we want to now break out of Ethiopia. What is it that is, we are even afraid? Listen, we should be, my worldview is that we should actually do referendum to a point that if myself, I am in Anambra, and I think my town is Imo State, no longer want to be part of Anambra, I can do a referendum, and if the people say we want to move to Imo, so be it. That's, we should, I don't know, we shouldn't cage ourselves so much. But when you look at it, everything is just being suffocative. Everything is just being, look, sometimes I look at Nigerian issue, my issue here is not, sorry, did you say something?
Yeah, I said in a summarizing way on this particular issue. So you believe that going for disintegration will not bring solution to Nigeria constitution? Is that what?
I don't. You see, listen. Put it this way. I know Simon from his heart of heart will agree what I'm saying now. Pushing for disintegration is a means, but not an end. Okay. It's a means to get those who are high-headed to listen to you. Because in Nigeria, it appears if you're not mad enough, nobody will marry for you. The federal government will not listen to you unless you blow pipeline, unless you start slashing people's throats, right? Now, these are a group of people, they don't slash throats, they don't blow pipeline. All they're saying is break the country. Again, for me, it is a cry. It is a cry that we want to be heard. Therefore, if we had a functional nation, what you should do is, just like I've keep giving this analogy, just like a marriage. You don't wake up in the morning, your wife said, darling, I want to divorce you. And you get gone. No, You want to first of all understand what even led to the point that your wife will start talking about diet, unless you're so insensitive. And that is what the federal government is doing now. So my point is, before we even get to the point of disintegrating the nation or saying, okay, let us balkanize it, let us first of all agree on what to, because at the end of the day, you must. Some say they want the nation balkanized. Some say they want the nation reorganized. Some say they want to maintain the status quo. So until you bring everybody together to actually decide, because the majority, at the end of the day, everybody, we know it. If things are done transparently, if you put it, okay, do you want to stay? Listen, you want to stay in Nigeria, you want to break away? Yes or no? Put it in the back. If today you do it, and maybe people that say they want to stay together is 75%, people that say they want to break away, maybe 25, or the other way around, there is no way. I mean, you will see it when it's clear that you've been defeated. The argument is defeated. Then you can sit back and still work on the same thing. But why you see everyone driving on full throttle gear is because we have a deaf and dumb government that does not listen.
Beautiful. Thank you. We have a deaf and dumb government that does not listen. Wonderful followers and viewers on all over the world. We are 32 minutes away from the program. Before I call on Simon to say something, that I ask the next question to Simon, please permit me to watch this. He's a barrister. He was just recently called to bar. He is also a veteran Hollywood actor. You guys are not knowing him. He has this statement to
Hello,
say.
friends. How are you doing? Now, the people who used to advise us are now the ones who will advise Almighty America, from where we borrowed our presidential system.
Sorry.
Hello, friends. How are you doing? Now, the people who used to advise us are now the ones who will advise Almighty America, from where we borrowed our presidential system.
Oh, sorry. I think I didn't get the full side. I wanted. He talked about, after talking about, he now said something on Nigeria Constitution. He
You
said
can
it is time.
summarize whatever he said
Yeah,
earlier.
he heard it. He said it is time to jettison this Nigerian Constitution. That was
Well, he didn't. If I heard him well, he said those who used to advise us are the one we are going to advise now. So maybe he said something in that video about Nigeria Constitution, but not on this particular video. Now he didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Say I didn't get the full. I thought I downloaded the full video where he came to the point of talking about Nigeria Constitution. That's what I'm saying. So he just talked this one. What you heard was when he was referring to American government because of Trump not accepting defeat. He says what we have been seeing elsewhere in undeveloped countries happening. And then he now went ahead by saying it is time to jettison this 1999 Constitution. I'm sorry I didn't get that particular clip to the point to that extent. So now, and you, Mazi Tochukwu, is not total in agreement. It is time to jettison it. He is of the opinion that we are not happy. We have to just come for referendum or whatever. Simon Ekpa, you heard him very well. What is your view on how to get this thing forward, get ourselves head forward in this our constitution that was done, that was militarily imposed on us? What is the way forward with this constitution?
Thank you very much, my brother. In as much as I would agree with my brother Tochukwu to some extent, I would not disagree, but I would differ on some issues. For example, people should understand that this constitution issue, this problem of constitution, that we have a government that doesn't have listening ear. It does not just start from this government.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it didn't start from this government. People should understand the root of Nigeria problem. The root of Nigeria problem is in a place called the Northeast and the Northwest. They are the root of Nigeria problem. So had it been that the government of the past government, they were not able to amend the constitution of Nigeria. He said it. He said that a lot of senators and Senate have come, the National Assembly, they have come and gone, they spent billions, and they were unable to even touch the constitution. And surprisingly, these rubber stamp senators now you have, actually, they want to spend money, another billions, to see whether they will amend the constitution. But guess what? They will not touch on the fundamental issue of the constitution. Remember, the time we were talking, the people did not start lamenting about the constitution of Nigeria today. They did not also start lamenting about the constitution of Nigeria in this Buhari APC regime. They have started, those who understood the system of Nigeria and the impunity that were done. Like our brother Tochukwu said that the Obasanjo was sworn in without even constitution. Now, the people that understood this calamity, this impunity, they have started raising alarm even before 2015. It was part of the reason why we went to national the national conference, and all these things, it did not work. So the point I'm trying to make is that the problem of Nigeria is not just in constitution. You have to understand the fundamental problem of Nigeria, which is the Northeast and the Northwest. How are they the problem of Nigeria? They have motive, ulterior motive. Whether you believe me or not, whether you listen to it or not, but the truth is that the Northeast, the core North, they call them, some people use the term core North. They have ulterior motive over the rest of Nigeria. What are these ulterior motives? The ulterior motive is the conquest of Nigeria. They want to take over the entire Nigeria and turn it into Islamic State. It may sound funny. It is happening. They were as far as sponsoring Boko Haram. It didn't end there. They continue to sponsor bandits. It didn't end there. They sponsor Mayete Allah. It didn't end there. They sponsor the one they call ISIS. It didn't end there. They now come again and sponsor Ansar. And the list goes on and on. So, and they are not going to stop. More of these terrorist groups are still coming from northern Nigeria. So now, when we are talking about amending constitution, quota system, like my brother said, then when we do not have the situation, the security situation in Nigeria now, and when the motive, the agenda of these core northern Nigerians were not public, were not in public knowledge, it was still under speculation. Oh, they not want to run over Nigeria. If it was then, we will begin to discuss amending the constitution to make it balanced, so that somebody with cutoff mark too will not enter university, or at least if two cutoff mark in the north will enter university, the people in the south should do the same. Then we'll begin to talk about balancing this equation. But now, as time goes on, all these things were evolving. Time changes, everything changes. The ulterior motive of the core northern Nigeria is now in public limelight. We are beginning to, even those who do not understand before, at least those who do not even agree that they want to run over Nigeria and take over Nigeria, you will begin to ask yourself questions. Why have the government not proscribed the bandit? Why have the government not proscribed the Mayete Allah? Mayete Allah killed and maimed, and today they are operating under the name of bandit. It is still the same people. So the Nigeria Constitution cannot solve the problem of terrorists. Nigeria Constitution cannot solve the kidnapping and the, of course, people will say, okay, if you amend the Constitution, you create regional government, you create this, that, and create that. It will not solve it in the sense that the creation of regional government, like you have in the 60s or the 50s, will not solve and protect the life and properties of the people, because you can't restrict Nigerians from traveling from one place to another. But in a dissolved Nigeria, you can restrict the traveling of people. The Fulani will not have free entrance into your territory without your permission. But in a regional government of Nigeria, if you advocate that amend the constitution, create a regional government dissolve all the exclusive list, all the things in exclusive list and all that, it will still, the problem now is not development. What the major problem we are shouting for now is not even development. It's not good road. It's not good education. First of all, you have to be alive before you can enjoy good road. You have to be alive before you can go to school. You have to be alive. Of course, hospital could be one of the primary issues we should be talking about, but you have to be alive. So how are you going to be alive in the midst of all these terrorists that surrounded northern Nigeria? But I will tell you one thing. There is something propelling the activities of this terrorist group. There is something propelling their activities in Nigeria. Do you know what it is? The continual existence of Nigeria as a nation is the one. This is the only thing propelling them, because the target is not northern Nigeria. The target is not northern Nigeria. What you see happening in northern Nigeria now is a complete annihilation of other indigenous people in the north. They are now killing themselves. If you think that the people that are being killed in north today are those who believe in Sharia law, my brother, then that person have been fooled. The people that are being killed by Boko Haram, the bandits, and all of you see today in the northern Nigeria are the ordinary indigenous people in the north. And remember that the 12 states of northern Nigeria have accepted Sharia law. So they are comfortable. And if you divide Nigeria now, it will divide the interest, and it will divide the people, and divide the reason why they are now picking up arms to kill and create terror. Because the target is not the northern Nigeria. They have already captured northern Nigeria. They have captured northern Nigeria and they are happy. And remember, in 1958, during the Constitutional National Conference, Awolowo said, we must be one Nigeria, under one constitution, under one law. And as at then, with the utterances of Awolowo, you can see there was something already going on before Nigeria independence. Awolowo said, those who think we cannot come here to discuss the wording of the constitution, they rather think again. That means this constitution issue did not start today. It did not also start after 1960. It started before 1960. And that was the reason why Awolowo made that comment. He said, we must be one Nigeria, under one constitution, under one law. Now I will ask you today, do you have a one Nigeria, under one constitution and under one law? The answer is no. The northern Nigeria have divided Nigeria. They have restructured Nigeria to favor them. And this is what people are not understanding. Do you know why you will do your national conference, do everything, and they put it under the carpet? You know why? Because the Nigerian system itself has been restructured to favor them. So anything that will come against it, they will fight, and they will fight till last man standing. And that is what some of us have seen. We have seen that even this constitutional amendment, it will not happen. They will never allow it. Do you know what constitutional amendment mean? Do you know that exclusive list mean? It did not come from them. It did not come from their brain. That list, in exclusive list, was an advice given by foreign expatriate. It didn't come from them. And they would do anything to protect that exclusive list. Let us not even go into disintegrating Nigeria and all that. But it will not work. Do you know why it will not work? We have evidences of it. It has happened before. We cannot continue to do the same mistake every day. We tried Abori. Abori Accord was also constitutional conference. It was to renegotiate the coexistence of Nigerians. It failed. Now, after Abori Accord, the next one was Abacha. Abacha had what you called in the constitutional conference as well, where they came together. They brought some people, few people. They wrote the constitution. That one also failed. Another one is Jonathan. Jonathan, all the money that we have pumped into the national confirm, where is it today? It failed. And we cannot continue to do. The more you want to amend the constitution, the more they are running you over, the more you see the bloodshed, because now they realize that a lot of people are being liberated by our preaching. A lot of people are coming back to their senses by Biafran or the Oduduwa and other people like all of you. What you are preaching, even if you don't support one Nigeria, and you are preaching some of the impunity, believe me, it is changing a lot of people. So what we are saying is the constitution amendment will not work. They will not allow it. We have seen it. Okay. And that's the reason why I say the power, the energy we will use to bring down this constitution will be the same energy we will use to disintegrate Nigeria. Now, disintegrating Nigeria, like I have said, will solve a lot of security challenges we have today. And believe me, it is going to solve 50%, even without knowing how we are going to now come together and restructure, whether we are going to have northern Nigeria and southern Nigeria, or whether we are going to divide Nigeria into four. For the fact that Nigeria disintegrates first, it will solve 50% of the security challenges. And believe me, Fulanis are not going to go down without a fight, including ordinary in this constitution. People will be assassinated. You see, if the entire Nigeria now wake up tomorrow and say, oh yeah, we don't accept this constitution, let us amend the constitution and dissolve the constitution and rewrite the constitution, believe me, they will begin assassinating people. Because they will do everything to make sure that this constitution remains as it is. And we are telling our brothers, now we have seen this. We have envisioned this kind of things, that these people will not give up easily. It is not like this is the first time we are trying it. We have tried it, it didn't work. And we now, so if you say it is this government, then the person is not being truthful. Because it is not just about this government. It has been there. Obasanjo could not do it. Yar'Adua did not do it. Jonathan did not do it. Now, how do you think that it is a man who have come to show openly to be sponsoring and supporting terrorist activities that will come and do it? It is not possible. This is what we want everybody to know. Thank you.
Wow. You've extensively spoken on this particular issue that call it what do you call it? Constitution Majuana, whatever. Stepping down is not the solution. The solution is disintegration. That is your own view, Simon Ekpa. Then I want to ask something. Now, we are all from the eastern part of the country called Nigeria. And we are being ravaged by so many bad roads, amenities. You mentioned most of them, or no basic amenities. We can enjoy ordinary seaport. That we have the sea that can have this seaport, those of us from the south side. Now, there's no way we can boast of any good seaport, any international flight. I'm in America, you are in Finland, you are in Germany. I don't think if you want to, it's possible for you to fly down to Owerri, Enugu. I don't know if recently is the one they said they just open and they open the international Enugu airport. I don't know how truthful and how easier for me to fly down from any country to Enugu direct. That if must be Abuja and Lagos. Now I want to ask: is it the constitution that is keeping us backward in development in our southern side of the country? Is it the constitution that is keeping us backwards? Is there anything we can do to get ourselves out of this dungeon we find ourselves on the developed system we are watching and seeing our leaders in the south side putting on oil? Is it the constitution that is causing it, or is it the people? Is it our leaders? Is it the problem from our leaders or the people? Mazi is okay. Just react on this. Don't take much of our time. Maybe just 2 minutes. I want to hear you. What can you say?
I think it's a combination of both. You know, the Constitution has its own things that is inhibiting us from doing the things we ought to do. At the same time, the greater percentage is on the people. I'll give you an example. If I look at quickly the federal allocation for 2019 and you will see that Delta, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Lagos, Bayelsa, Kano, Kaduna, Edo, Katsina, and Imo ranked the first 10 that received the highest allocation. Now, go back in order from Delta State. You will cry for yourself. These are not money. You know, we can argue in terms of resource control. We can argue that. I mean, it is their right to control their resources and pay some percentages to the, to the center. We can argue that. But it's about the one that they have received. How have they even managed it? I've made this argument severally because that's what breaks my heart. The Nigerian state appears to have the capacity to kill any forward-thinking person. Why is it that any progressive Nigeria is either living abroad, or all you have is only cucumbers and thieves just back home? Why? Why is it that you have 776 local governments, you don't have a single functional toilet? You know, when I say toilet, where people can, a woman can, I'm not talking about men, women can come in and sit down, not stand up, sit down and do the business. In 770 something local government, you don't have any. Why is it that the same 36 states, including Abuja, 37, you do not have any single one of them where you have public water, whether it's south, north, northeast, water, all of them. Yet you have ministries of, what's it called? Ministry of Water Resources. Honestly, it's, sometimes I'm speechless when it comes to the issues concerned, as it concerns to Nigeria. I understand because it has its own issue, but the people have somehow resigned their fate to cucumbers and carrots to manage their affairs.
Okay. The people have resolved themselves to cucumbers and cows to manage their affairs. There's something that is aching my heart. I mean, the issue of when most of these our leaders in this house will be I don't know how to put it. We wait until they get approval to put their people in the right pedestal of events to set a record for themselves, not just for the people, by what they have done. We are yet to see people, the kind of governance we enjoy from Sam Mbakwe. We are yet to see that kind of governance in most of our recent leaders. This is a man that have lived for years, yet the living cannot break the record of the dead. Now, my problem is see that because of these leaders we are having now, we are imposed on us by the so-called constitution, or is it that they are selfish, or are their hands tied? They cannot do something reasonable for us to enjoy dividends of democracy in that side of the country. Simon, what do you have to say on this? 2 minutes.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. I like what Tochukwu said. It is both. As a result of both constitution and the people, the leaders. First of all, everything in Nigeria today is pointing at the structure of Nigeria, the system. The system encourages these governors, these leaders, not to be accountable. So, for example, now you talk about seaport and all that. It is in this exclusive list in the Constitution. Now, we don't have the embassies, foreign mission. You cannot see any foreign mission in the eastern part of Nigeria. Why? It is a part of the structure, part of the system. Already, we are disenfranchised from a lot of things as the system of Nigeria permits. So the system encourages fraud. The system encourages criminal. The system produces criminality. It encourages people to go into crime. It encourages the leaders to embezzle money, and nobody will be held accountable. I want to tell you one thing. I have been one time like that directly involved into trying to bring in electricity, a project that will supply electricity and all that. Do you know what happened? Somebody took it, collected money from the government, from the state government, and embezzled that money. The person went to Germany with few people, collected hundreds and hundreds of millions from the government, from the state government, under which he was serving. Now he collected that money. They announced it that the electricity will come to that state, and at the end of the day, there is nothing to show for it. The person I am talking about now is a serving House of Representative member in Nigeria. He used the money to build everywhere and support and do whatever he wants. But you know what? Any day he used 500,000 to buy jobs. 500,000 naira to buy jobs, because that's what they do in Nigeria now. They buy jobs. Are you aware of that? Now he used 500,000 naira to buy jobs, and he called about 2 or 3 people and give them job and give them letter of appointment. Everybody will be singing his name everywhere, forgetting that he is the reason why they will never have electricity until maybe in Biafra land. You understand? So we are going to, in Biafra land, all of us here in this screen, nobody live in Nigeria. We know how the system works. We are one of the countries in this world that are scattered everywhere. Now we are saying that in Biafra, we are going to put a mechanism that will stop this kind of looters from the beginning, from the scratch. So if 500 million is allocated for a project, it will be electronically monitored. But in Nigeria, even as I'm saying it now, they know, but because of the system, because we are being governed and led by nomadic constitution, it is not possible. So my brother, it is not only, we are not only going to hold our leaders in the East accountable, rather the system is the one that produces them. And the system hit them into this crime and fraud, because it is a crime and fraud. So the system.
I agree with you, but the same system is why this guy, what do you call it, the Ebony, that just should be your governor. Ebony state governor has done a little bit. He has tried to an extent. I have to be frank. I'm not his fan, but I'm talking about in terms of deliverance of dividends of democracy. I want to believe Ebony state guy have a little bit done well, because I've been in I remember when I traveled there, what I saw for myself was so impressive. One, then recently, this guy from River State, Wike, is also doing, somebody in his own second term, doing the kind of project he's doing. It baffles me. I've not seen that kind of thing before. So I want to ask, is it not the same system that this guy operating that made other ones are lagging behind and not doing anything?
Thank you very much. Let me tell you one thing. Every Nigeria system makes everybody who is doing something, they have an agenda. Nobody in Nigeria today, even this agitation, every mind in Nigeria is that he's collecting money from IPOB. Because everybody in the system of Nigeria has compelled people to reason differently. And if you are doing something good in Nigeria now, you are doing it with a target. Nobody is patriotic, not even the Ebonyi State governor. What you see him doing now is exactly the reason why he was busy doing all those things he said he's doing. But let me tell you, as he is parting on the side of infrastructure in Ebonyi State, people are languishing. The people, ordinary citizen of Ebonyi State, they are languishing. Some of them are being owed salary. Some of their salary are being called into 50%. They have not paid them complete salary. And this is not to say that the money he is using to build all these things are coming from the state. He said that the presidency were the one who sent the money, who is supporting the project he's doing. So ordinarily, the money he is using to build everything he's building in Ebonyi State did not come from their location. And at the same time, people of Ebonyi State are languishing and complaining, and people are dying of hunger. If you doubt me, go and interview people in Ebonyi State, especially on what kind of pass mark are they going to give him on manpower? It is zero, complete zero. Manpower is zero. Now he used all this money to build this road Why did I say that everybody in Nigeria who does something have a target? The target is what you are seeing now. He has jumped from PDP to APC, and then he wants you to praise him that he built road in Ebonyi State, and for that reason, he's going to be a good president. It's a lie. He have embezzled money. Let me just tell you, as you see him building that road, any road he used 500 million naira to build, he is going to make an invoice of 1 billion. Is that the kind of leadership you want? The same Ebonyi governor, to show you who he is, when the excise protest was going on, he is the only governor in the entire East that bought big machete, and shared to youth and say, if any answer protesters come here, kill them. Now tell me, what did he do that for? He did that to continue to present himself as a man who will listen to Fulani people in Abuja. And today, it has manifested. He has jumped from PDP to APC. And it is a problem. So, my brother, this road will he build. If you go to Enugu State, people may be receiving salary, but there is no road. So it is what we call alternative for gun in economics.
Wow.
It is called alternative for gun. So he decided to build the road, and people are dying of hunger. There is no job. He don't have permanent secretary. There is no PAMSEC in Ebonyi State. From his time of inception as a governor of Ebonyi State to date, there is no permanent secretary. He is not creating job. And when you ask him, he said, all this road construction, he has created job. People are going for many a job. That is the job he is creating in Ebonyi State. So when the road construction is over, the job is over. Is that the kind of governor you want to praise? All of us praised him, but we know the truth. And when it is time to say the truth, now we are saying it just the way I'm saying it now. Thank you very much.
Wow. In fact, I want to sincerely agree with you that whoever that is doing good in Nigeria has an ulterior motive.
Thank you very much.
I agree with because I also saw a poster or a flyer where he is deputizing Kwankwaso, or whatever. So these are all permutation. These are all claims, and most time people may have preempted what they have in mind to do that, and it's possible. And if I want to say, if an Igbo man we today we want to play a fiddle role in this particular present government, deputizing anybody, I think the person reasoning is still shabby.
Thank you very much.
That's what I want to say. So, why I brought up this question, Mazi Zoko, because I was telling you that this constitution and the Nigerian people don't mean well for us. So, hence, Mazi Zoko, I told you that look at we can't have development. You said no. You made mention of this guy. I just mentioned, and people doing some good work. And this guy just tells you that they have reasons. Go ahead. Yes,
let me make something very clear. Simon made a statement that is truism, and you cannot quarrel with that truism, which is, in Nigeria, people do something in anticipation for something. I think you are a reverend. You might help me with the right quotation. But I remember in somewhere in the Bible, it is said that preach the gospel irrespective of the reason behind it.
Okay, yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter why you're doing it, but you preach the gospel in order to convert people. Now, when there are things, we need to understand human mind. There are people driven by money. There are people driven by legacy. Sadly, the level of leadership we had when we had Desam Bakwe, M.I. Okpara was an institution. Late Chief Pa Awolowo was an enigma. And people who were driven by their service to humanity, right? Now, they were doing whatever they were doing in order to serve humanity, and they believe even if they die, whatever they've done will stand. Now there are people who want, okay, in the next 10 years I want to do presidency, and I want to do some of these things. We have one, or rather we had one in Imo State that wanted also to be president, and he built China roads in Imo State. He barely left, and the China roads in Imo State collapsed. The only time that I have seen miracle constructions where bridges are built without a single iron rod. Yet these are bridges. He barely left, these things collapsed. But fundamentally here, what
I don't think I think the collapse even started when he was still in power. That guy, I was there.
He barely left. I said
Okay,
he barely
okay.
left.
God bless you. You're correct.
Collapsing, he barely left. Now, what I'm driving at is, even in the current constitution, the way it is today, I insist we can still, if we have good leaders, you can still make progress. You know, some of us make this fallacy, for instance, that the North, the constitution is skewed and it favors the North, and I disagree. I say it doesn't favor the North. Does it favor the North? And the North today is the capital, the poverty capital of the world. They hold the power and they do nothing with the power except to oppress the people. Within the same constitution, we had a governor in Anambra State that changed the face of Anambra State. And we saw what he did in the state. The thing is, it's
Who is
about...
the president?
I mean, we all saw what the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, did. Well, even which started before him, Dr. Chris Ngige. Again, let me actually use Ngige for the analogy, because Ngige had a pact with godfathers to pay money, right? And he was paying money to the point where they started quarreling. He stopped paying, started building road. That's my state. The best road that was built in 2005-06, today, no single pothole is still in that state. However, we have the current government, some roads that have been built, they don't even last 6 months, max 1 year. They're ridden with potholes, and you can see, one could then argue that Ngige was building the roads in order to get the favor of the people. Again, I come back to the Bible quotation I gave you. Does it matter the reason to curry favor or to drive governance? But in all, what I'm saying in essence is, I think we give the Constitution too much powers that we haven't challenged it enough. You come in now, someone tells you, the reason, let's take Abia State, for instance, where you see madness happening in the Southeast. You go to Ngwa Road, it's like you've gone back to, it's not even fit for 18th century, talk less of 21st century. But you see a governor telling you, the reason why Port Harcourt Road is bad session is because it's a federal road. I agree, federal road, federal government failed. What of the state roads? Have you finished it? You go back now to Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, there are sections being done by the federal government. I agree, federal government are doing it, but very slow. What happens to the state road? You remember you can drive from Oka to Enugu using the state road, right? What happens to the state road? Let's stop, I don't know how to rephrase this properly, because the thing is, when we concentrate too much on the Constitution, leaving those that we ought to hold responsible. For Christ's sake, if we get 100 naira today in Nigeria, about 52 naira goes to the federal government. The 48 goes between state and local government. Local government get over 20%. Has any of us actually bothered to know what they do with the money? That's why you go to any federal, any local government, you can barely see a toilet where a woman can go and do the business. And this is the things that are in our, our places. These are in our foots. It is our duty to hold them to account. But because we fail in our duty, we keep looking at Abuja, and that's where our problem starts. Because there is over-concentration of power in Abuja, which is some say we practice federalism, but that's not true. We practice unitary system. That's why you see people being killed in Bonu, 110 Nigerians, 110 people killed in one day, their throat slashed. Yet, what do you see? They couldn't do anything. They will wait for a federal police to give command. But if you had state police, if Bonu had state police, they could deploy them within minutes and within hours. They could attack these people. Listen, but when these things are not working, you can say there is, that's why I say there is where the Constitution has this issue, but the majority of the issue lie with the people, because we have now suddenly have leaders who want to be worshipped. Anyone you talk to, if you call someone by their name, you must put in honorable. I say honorable for what? You are basically this honorable member of the assembly or whatever you call yourself, because it's the level of madness sometimes makes you sick. You elect people, you know what it means. We must come to a point. Sometimes I wish we can actually, ignore Nigeria. I mean it honestly. I wish we can actually ignore Nigeria, ignore Abuja, and deal with our problem within the states. Because these are the people. Is Abuja telling them to buy 50 cars and be running us from the way? Is Abuja...
Because that's the system.
No,
that is the system they borrowed from wherever.
But you can change it. It's not written in the Constitution. I'll give an example. When Governor Vibo was the governor of Anambra State, he buys petrol, according to him, unless if he sits in the car. Because before he came in, there was a fuel dump. Everybody, madam wants to go to market. You go to the fuel dump, take fuel. What they do, you fill in your car, you go out, you drive out, they go and extract the fuel again and sell the fuels in jerry can. Everybody is a thief. You buy in a new tire. The driver will go drive out, go change the tires, sell the tires, and fix the old tires. Now, these are things that are in human psychology. These are things we shouldn't wait for the federal government to do. I'll give you an example again. In 2006, or rather in 2004, I came back to my community. I was jogging in the morning. I saw the school, primary school that I grew up knowing very well how fantastic that primary school was, or secondary school was. And what happened? It appeared it was in Bonu. It appeared somebody threw a bomb there. I wrote a petition to the state government during that time that was singing. He sent cameras to go and do this, and that was it. I wrote a petition to the local government, and that was it. I wrote a petition to the state government, of education, but nothing happened until I mobilized and went in and built that school. So sometimes, my thing is that we cannot be afar and be throwing stones. Somehow we must hold these thieves. I call them politicians. They are thieves. But these thieves, we must hold them to account. Before I conclude here, my brothers, we saw someone who was made a governor in the state in the southeast. Yet the same person has, I think, either 120 million or 120 million contracts to dredge Ibaka port, right? And that same person was eventually, through the back door, made a governor of that state. Yet there was an EFCC report on that same individual. What did the communities do? You and I see people today, someone who misgoverned and raped a state for 8 years. People we should be stoning. But when they come in, you see our own brothers hailing them. Hey, you are about, they will be singing. And you look at us and we say, what's wrong with our brain? If they do it elsewhere, must we allow the same level of madness and nonsense to happen in our own place? Don't we have brains? That somebody wants to cut his own hand, let them cut their hand in his own place. But in my own place, it shouldn't happen.
Please, let me cut you a little bit, Mazi.
Can I chip in also? Okay. Can I chip in also, because he raised an important point as well. Can I chip in? Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, my brother. You see, the point here is that You know, like I said earlier, the problem of Nigeria, we must start from the root. We know that our people are corrupt. We know that our leaders are corrupt. But we are saying that something is aiding that corruption. In as much as other people are hailing them, it is the system that has compelled them to hail them like that instead of taking action. And with the current setup of Nigeria, you can't rise up against them. That is the point I'm trying to make. So in Biafra, we are not going to give any room for somebody to even come and say, I am trying to, money have been released and they have given contracts. No, we are going to adapt the system you have there in Germany. We are going to adapt the system you have there in America. We are going to adapt the system we have here in Finland. And what are these systems? It is called database and credit system. Database and credit system will solve 75% of corruption issues in Nigeria. And they are watching us now. They know it. Guess what? They will not do it. You know why? Because the people that are making decisions and putting these people in position are called nomadic people. No matter how educated they are nomadic. I want to tell you one thing. You said, and not only you, a lot of people have the same view, that North is suffering. That when you go to North, you are going to pity them. That the Constitution did not help North. Let me tell you, sometimes I used to disagree with people, and I would disagree with you. You do not use your civilization eye to look at the people of the North. They have their own lifestyle. Most of them are nomadic, and you know the Northerners who are coming now to say, oh, the North are suffering. They have seen light. They are civilized. The lifestyle in the North is totally different, completely different from the lifestyle of people in the South. So this, when you look at them, you say they are suffering. They are comfortable, my brother. They can drink kunu and they will live. They can drink zobo and they will live. But you in the South, you need to eat apple. You need to eat pounded yam. You need to eat a very good food with meat everywhere. Don't eat like that. So what this government is trying to do now is to make sure they reduce everybody in the South to the level of people in the North. And when you talk, they say, oh, North is suffering. They are not suffering. It is you that look them with that eye and you say, oh my God, these people are suffering. Nigeria is not favorable to them. My brother, have you seen Boko Haram fighters? If you see them, you will shed tears. Do you know how much they pay them? They pay them 150,000 naira a month. Why the police and the military fighting them are collecting 50,000. And when you look at them, they look like people who have not eaten food for 5 days. This is the lifestyle of the people of Northern Nigeria. And most of them are nomadic, like I said. So those who went to school and become AGF, like you see, the Attorney General of the Federation, all these chief of staff and all of them, brutal, and they have not civilized, and they will tell you the North is suffering. My brother, the North is not suffering. When it is you that pities them because you are comparing the level of your exposure to those people you are seeing, and you pity them. But within themselves, they are very comfortable. We have people like that in the East as well. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. In fact, I sincerely once again agree with him. They
Thank
are
you very much.
suffering. They are suffering, but the level of suffering are not the same. It was in this particular government or constitution that has empowered some people to be in a particular position, like in custom, police, navy, and when they find themselves there, they target a particular set of people.
Exactly.
I saw for myself and I heard about a young man who imported rice. They took the rice from him, seized it, and distributed it to the northerners. The same people we think they are suffering, their poverty. My dear
Exactly.
brother. My dear brother, the truth.
Let me also tell you. Let me also tell you that
Okay.
the current minister of solid mineral, called Oga. Is it Oga? Somebody Oga. Oga is the minister of solid mineral, if I'm not mistaken, right? Now, Oga, can you help me, my brother? Is it Oga?
Yeah, Olga from Abia State. Yeah.
Yes, Uchoga or something. Yes, Uchoga, before he became the minister of solid mineral, do you know how many billions of naira worth of rice and commodities the Nigeria custom seized from him? They impounded containers and containers of rice from this minister before they made him the minister. So tell me, how can you now serve in a government without recovering your money? And they did this thing to him because only to disenfranchise him as an Igbo man, nothing else. Today, he is the minister of solid mineral. Now tell me, is he going to be fair to the Nigeria state? Continue, thank you.
He would solidly mineral the whole thing inside his pocket.
Everything will be solidly channeled to his pocket. Solidly channeled. And that's the truth of the matter. Men and brethren, hearing both of you guys have made some point. Number one, a country that runs two different constitutions. By when 12 states of a country has accepted Sharia, that is parallel constitution. A country that believe that some road, there are some standard you're going to use to build some road in some area, and you want me to tell that they are operating the same constitution? Nigeria need to get disintegrated, because that was what it was. If one of my video that I put online there, I talked about any marriage that cannot work. That is me.
Thank you, Reverend Father.
It's not because let's tell that's not the truth. Any marriage, I had an issue, a young lady who was almost dying in her marriage. So she met me for counseling. I started counseling her. To end the story, she have to be separated from the guy from Port Harcourt and went back to Anambra with 5 children. A 30-something years old woman with 5 children. She is there crying every day, suffering. And I don't know what to do. I ended up trying to give an aiding hand to her to survive because of those children. But I have to place her on salary. I did that. Now, this is the 3rd year of that particular event. Recently, the husband is looking for a way for the conciliation, because that lady would have died from the beating of the guy. But for the fact I got them separated, he's not coming, ready to amend his ways. The lady also is tired of staying alone as a single mother. She too wants the reconciliation, but her problem now, if I go back, the man do nothing, the man will still go back, start beating me and maltreating me the way he used to be. So I'm praying and asking God for favor to see if I can start a little something for the man, as to compare with the one the lady is doing, which I supported her, so that when they come together, they can build it. So I want to, if Nigeria can get separated, senses we come up, we them. If there's anything they're going to bring us together as call it maybe a United States of whatever, we will reason better. That is what I'm thinking. Because any marriage that is leading into killing people, look at how many people that was killed yesterday. Look at how many people that were killed the other day. Look at the kidnapping, insurgency, insecurity is the talk of the day. When they said they handed over power to a military man who they thought that was going to give them security, but he's the one now.
Yeah, because you see, there is a way incompetence makes every right-thinking person look like an animal. When you have incompetent men, from the presidency down to his service chiefs, running the affairs of the country, you have nothing other than what you're currently seeing. How can you keep people who have retired? You keep them in office, in customs. You have people who come into customs, their dream is to serve meritoriously, not take bribe, not get into corruption, to get to the point of becoming a DG. Suddenly, you went in and brought a colonel who has retired from the army. You brought him in to come and head an organization. You ask yourself, you see, let's not rule out the injustices in Nigeria, because sometimes it can make your head crack. You do that, and I ask myself, the port that we all talk about, the port is in Lagos. It's within the southwest, or rather what you can call the Yoruba nation. Why isn't any Yoruba heading that port? Why must it be certain people from certain places?
So that's what we're saying. That's what we're saying.
So, at the end of the day, if I come back to your analogy here, and your analogy with the woman and the issue of separation, now it's neither here nor there. What you're saying is, you first of all, you separate, then you could come together. Someone else could say, well, before you separate, give it a last push. Maybe if you brought the man and the woman and let them have a conversation, it could be an argument. But one thing I'm saying here is, and I must be clearly understood, every one of us, nobody, I believe, anybody here that has any gray matters in between the skulls is happy with Nigeria, except those stealing and those benefiting from the rot that you have in there. However, to the solution, if people argue separation, of course, it is within their right. And listen, if today you come in and say vote, and people say let's separate, so be it. But my submission, people, this evening is, before we even get to whether you're separating or not, I want that we have a system that should ask us, every Nigerians, do you want to be part of Nigeria? Yes or no? If yes, how? These things must be discussed before. Okay. Before you now talk about how do you even go. That's why sometimes, I feel sad that we have a government that is now governing 3 years to the next election. Everybody is talking as if the election is next month. That means we have actually given up 3 years, because that means the government has just so much failed that no one actually listens again. No one understands what the next thing that is happening. Okay. That's why you will see 110 people killed in one day. No one was sacked. No one is under arrest.
Fine.
Nothing is happening. It is pure insanity. So the system doesn't work. The 1999 Constitution doesn't work. It's not helping us. So for me, we need to get a very big bean bag, the ones they used to shredding papers in the office. We yanking that Constitution in there and burn it and start afresh.
Fine.
Without that, there is nothing that we're not making any
progress. Now you're making now you are talking, because we can't go anywhere with that Constitution. That is obvious. It's obvious. There's no need trying to manage. That's why it pains me so much. Mazi is okay. You heard what happened. This is not part of our discussion. What happened in River State? I am still pained tomorrow with our leaders, certain leaders. Why am I pained? This is a visit you guys went after Igbos and so many people that people have been killed in Opibo. Our leaders and governors went to see the governor of River State. Only song that could come out of their mouth is Wikekaigeso. A journey of sorrow, a journey of mourning, a journey of condolence. I was shocked and surprised hearing them shouting, So, in other words, the death of those people is what we're going to use to Sorolo Weekend, Ebon Agaga Konalo. Is that what I'm saying? I wanted to make a video on it by my spirit. I am tired in my spirit. So I put it together that this thing happened because the system encourages stupidity, encourages wickedness to be meted on people. You saw your children, our kid, you went and started singing Weekend, I guess so. It pains me so much. What are you saying him for? And that's why I'm making it. Instead of, even if he said that he was not responsible for the killing of those people, let's go there for mourning. Mourn with him then. His men got lost. They died. Not trying to campaign who will be Igbo president or not Igbo. I am totally disappointed with that move. And that's why it hurts me with that government or whatever that happens.
Yes, my brother, Reverend Father, let me tell you one thing about our brother Nneamodo. You see, the outing of Nneamodo and the other people that follow them, especially the Nyanwodo, because he was the one who were singing that thing. Nyanwodo was in the midst of governors who don't pick his cause. Do you know that the governors of the Southeast, some of them don't pick cause from Nyanwodo? Are you aware of that? And do you know that the governors in the East were to pay 1 million naira each every month to Hannes Ndibo, and some of them are owing 30 months, 30 good months. Now, it now falls into my narrative when I was telling you about the governor of Ebonyi State. Now, the narrative is this: Nyanwodo has to do something. He has to play into the gallery, which is very dangerous. And it is the system of Nigeria that is compelling our elderly men who are supposed to be the ones speaking and standing on the truth. Instead, it is you, the ones that they call their children. It is me, the ones that they call their children, will be standing and be saying the truth, irrespective of who else is God. But when you open your mouth and abuse them tomorrow out of anger, they say you are insulting elders. Now tell me, what kind of money are you looking for that will make you to go and start singing the praises of somebody who have murdered the people of Igbos, who have murdered the Igbos in River State, even if he did not murder the Igbos? There were allegations that the military were killing, and the evidences are there. Even if he did not order the killing of Igbos in River State, he is the governor. Have he now called the attention of people to say, please come to my aid? The military have come again to kill people in my state. I don't have power. I have told them to stop. They didn't listen to me. Please, the entire world come. He didn't do that, which means he is in good faith with whatever the military has done in Obibo. Now, Nyanwodo going there to start singing. He went there with governors who don't pick his cause. He need to do something towards the end of his tenure so that they will be paying him money. Everything in Nigeria is money. Everything in Nigeria is what I can do to get something. Everything in Nigeria is not all about patriotism. Nobody is serving in Nigerian government today that is patriotic, and that have killed Nigeria. At least the system, what we are going to have in Biafra, will build patriotism in the people. Do you understand? Okay. And when they tell you that Igbos are this, Igbos are that, believe me, it is the system of Nigeria that compels Igbos to be what they are. And anybody that has come to realize that Nigeria is not working, believe me, the mentality of doing something to get something will disappear from that person's life. This is what I have come to see.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. Yeah, you know, if that is the pen I drive home, I hate seeing people die. I hate seeing people suffer. That's why I do my best to see how I can do. That's why, in fact, people are angry with me that I forget about my pulpit. I'm start talking about politics or whatever. But my dear brother, everybody must not just shy away from this. If the more I try to keep silent on political terrain, on political activities, injustice going on, the more the pain comes in my heart so strong and so severe. People are dying.
You see, on the issue of Obibo, it is quite unfortunate because Obibo should not be looked at in isolation. Obibo should not be looked at in isolation. It is a reoccurring decimal because we once had Odi, where a whole village was ransacked, everything razed, burned, as in burnt to the ground. We had Zakibian. Now it is Obibo. We saw how Boko Haram actually escalated because their leader, Yusuf, was arrested alive and eventually killed unjustly. So the Nigerian system has become that which offers no succor for those who do not have powers. it is indeed, and it pains, and it's So you see that it happened in Zakibian. Sorry, Odi. It happened in Zakibian. It happened in Obibo, and there must be my submission is there must be a way. I mean, there must be a way as a people that we must come to a point, because I have no faith in government. Honestly, it's not something that you say, oh, let the state attorney general, state attorney general. We saw how this woman, Bridget, from Imo State was killed in Kano. And the state attorney general entered and argued that those that killed her should be acquitted. And sadly, they were acquitted. So that means I have no interest and I have no faith in the state. Therefore, it remains those outside the state must at some time, in our anger, because our anger must be channeled at something coordinated so that we begin to hit where it's, so that next time someone sees civilians in that, again, just like I have argued in multiple forums, that the soldiers that invaded Lekki had nothing to do in civilian space. I don't care whether they want to deny if anybody died. It's injustice. And the same injustice, because if you drive down from Lekki, the same night, more than 32 people were killed in Munshin. Why is no one talking about them? Why? These are human beings. Is it because it's a poor neighborhood? People were killed in Obibo. Because I don't want to diminish the death in Obibo by saying that they were Igbos. They only know. I will be diminishing them, because from the narrative and from the interviews I conducted with people, they said when soldiers see you, they shoot. So, and if you're shooting somebody without interacting with that person, I could be a Che, I could be Kwere, I could be Igbo, do you understand? So, but if we come down to the issue of saying that no human should have died under no condition, because this is a civilian space. But anyway, that's a little bit digression, because that's not the reason.
Yes, you made a point. When I talk about I'm not happy with the death and the killings anywhere, I meant what I said and said what I meant. Reason why I have to talk about the Obibo saga was the action, the aftermath of the visit of the Igbo, the Southern Eastern governors and the leaders. That is what made me angry, because although I want to play with two of you guys, we are going to devote another program for Obibo saga. Let us take the remote cause, action and inactions. Then we will now tell our leaders what they should have done and what they should be doing now that things went the way it has gone. I have my problem with Mazi, with the governor. Simon just said it here. You are the governor. You never brought the soldiers. What did you do to stop?
Yes.
Did you even drive down to the scene of occasion and shout, please leave my people, even though they're stupid or whatever you think, please, it's enough. He never drove down. That's one. Number two, he even imposed curfew that nobody moves around and the people stayed at home. The soldiers came down and slaughtered them. If you come around, they will kill you. If you stay indoor, they will come in there and meet you and kill you and put your corpses in the river. My people that were giving me reports saw everything live and they were sharing all the videos. We have some of the videos here. Now, I have my problem with him. I also have the problem with why that particular incident even went to that level. I have my problem. I don't care who will agree with me, who will not agree with me. I have problems. So if we give me that permission, maybe during the week or Thursday thereabout, we can come back to discuss this saga in its general entirety and condemn who is to be condemned, and also suggest a way forward so that our people cannot continue to be dying every day. Our people cannot continue to be suffering every day in the hands of this wickedness. That's that's by the way. Now I want to talk about. I want us to end the program. The program is getting to 2 hours. We're going to end very soon. Wonderful viewers. If anybody has any contribution, something you think we can share from an information, a question for any of us, you are very right to put it up. Then, as we move on, then in a way of concluding, I want to talk as Samuel. You've been talking about when Biafra comes, when Biafra comes, when Biafra comes. This and that, this and that. It's going to be heaven. It's going to be wonderful. How are you sure that is it not the same people that agitating for this Biafra have different problem within themselves? There was a video I made. Igbo, what is your problem? It's an Igbo man brother for collateral. Not one, not two. We keep watching those videos. It hurts me so much.
Thank
You
you.
abandon your brother there. It's
Thank
an
you very
Igbo man that is scamming most of us in Dubai saga. I made a video about enough of this scam. All we are dealing with ourselves. And the same Igbo structure is going to come to confirm this Biafra. How are we sure that we're going to have it better if
Thank you. Yeah.
this life we are living? Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Reverend Father. This is a very good question, and I like that you asked this question. First of all, the person you saw on that video using human being as a collateral are the people, the system of Biafra are going to, the kind of problem the system we are going to put in Biafra is going to solve. Biafra will not even, in fact, do you know the biggest problem in a country? Why you have this kind of thing we have in Nigeria now is because the constitution of Nigeria is not functional. The law of Nigeria is not being upheld by the people that are supposed to uphold the constitution. First of all, Section 14 of 1999 Constitution that we say is a fraud now. I want everybody to go and read it. The Section 14 of the 1999 Constitution is not being upheld by anybody. It says the people of Nigeria, the life and properties of people shall be the primary purpose of the government. That is not happening. That is not happening. So why you see that thing you see that is happening in video is as a result of Nigeria's spirit. It is the beast that Nigeria's spirit has produced in Igbos. Not only Igbo, it is everywhere. All Nigerian, all tribe in Nigeria. The fraud you see in international community today is as a product of being a Nigerian. So how are we going to tackle this issue in Biafra? Let me start by saying in Biafra, I have always said it and I will continue to say it. We are going to have a credit and database system in Biafra. How does this credit and database system solve this crime? It is going to solve the security issues, armed robbery, scam, 75% for a start. We are going to start from scratch. Remember that as I'm talking to you now, Nigeria don't have any mechanism. They don't have any mechanism for anything. No mechanism for anything. All the thing you see how they arrest criminals in Nigeria is just an analog base. They use the analog base to follow the security challenges in Nigeria. They don't use digital. So we are going to be digitized. We are digitizing everything in Biafra. When you talk about database, is that every fingerprint, everybody in Biafra will be recorded. You come and put your fingerprint. We have what we call the NIS system, which the European Union are using, and I think the Americans are using it. Every developed country are using what we call the NIS system. You pull fingerprint, it records you. If a child is if you give birth to a child today, the child information will be recorded. In Nigeria today, you don't know so many people have different date of birth. And that is the reason why somebody can come from Kafanchan, from Mali, and take Nigeria passport just because he can speak Hausa. So these are the things that we are going to do to solve the problem. What I'm saying is that the video that's being circulated online, where Igbo man is using another Igbo man for collateral, we are going to put mechanism in place to
checkmate all this.
To checkmate all these things, to solve the problem that Nigeria have impacted, the criminality that Nigeria as a government has impacted in a lot of people. And when you realize that Nigeria is not working again, believe me, that criminality have disappeared. I want to give you an example. Do you know now that the entire state, the entire state of the eastern Nigeria, the Biafra, the 5 Igbo-speaking states, do you know the rate of crime in those states have reduced? Do you know the reason?
No.
The reason is because of this Biafra agitation. The reason is because people are looking up to something. There is hope. That is the reason why everybody is now waiting. I am going to use my energy to get Biafra. And you see, most of them are IPOB members. It reduced crime drastically. In those days, before IPOB and all this agitation come to play like it is now, because they never knew that this generation of Biafra are coming. Every day is robbery in Onitsha. Do you know Onitsha, Anambra State?
Very well.
Every day is robbery. Every day police is engaging robbers. But that has disappeared today. It's as a result of people getting hope. Now, another thing I will also tell you, it is not because of security, it's not because of police. I am telling you the fact, it is because of the Biafra struggle and Biafra awareness. Now, I will tell you again, do you know that in those days, the kidnapping business is the biggest business in Igbo-speaking state? Do you know that? Today, I am not saying that there is no kidnapping happening, but I'm telling you also that the kidnapping cases has also reduced and almost disappeared in this 5 Igbo-speaking states. Do you know the people that are engaging in kidnapping now? They are Fulanis.
Yes, I know.
They have taken over kidnapping. Igbos are not kidnapping anymore. Why? Because they are waiting for Biafra. They don't want to give Igbo people bad name anymore. The Nigeria in them is disappearing. The Nigeria in them that compel them to involve into these crimes, the Nigeria spirit is leaving them through the gospel of Biafra. So when we have Biafra, you are going to bring an idea. My other brother is going to bring an idea. It is going to be a nation that comes from different developed nations. Biafra are scattered all over the world, not doing trading. They are not doing buying and selling. Most of them are professionals. Because today in Nigeria, the narrative is that Igbos are traders, that Biafras are traders. And I have said to them several times, we are not just traders. We are lawyers, we are engineers, we are doctors, we are scientists, not in Nigeria, but in diaspora. How many are we? We are in millions. So when Biafra come, it is not going to be Simon Ekpa, it is going to be a collective idea of the people that have this thing burning desire in them to change the nation of Biafra to something that will be very competitive among nations of the world. Thank you very much.
God bless you, wonderful gentlemen. I'm so pleased to have you guys, and I'm going to still have you guys again and again. When I figure out things, because I don't want us to overload our viewers with so many information and with something they can. So that when somebody want to watch this thing thereafter, they'll be able to assimilate most of the things we have marshaled out. The truth of the matter.
Sorry, let me, before I forget, I have also opened a petition to, on change.org today. And please, if you people can also share this petition. The petition is to UK, EU, UN. I may say that it is just a formality. We have to do it. We have to do it, whether it brings any result or not. We have to do it. And we are looking at 100,000 people to sign it. The petition is to UK, the UN, the EU, and to other world powers. And the petition say the world powers and the EU, UK, and the UN must start the process to dissolve Nigeria 1914 amalgamation and save life. And when you go into this petition, you are going to see more details. The UK Parliament must urgently start the process of the Nigeria dissolution to save life of millions of Nigeria from the hand of the current government that have demonstrated to be sponsoring terrorism, ethnic cleansing, and jihad against the indigenous people in Nigeria. Nigeria, having been colonized by the UK and its parliament have vested interest in Nigeria, so as other powerful nations. The unrest, the killing, terrorism, and other heinous crime happening in Nigeria as a result of the fault emanating from the amalgamation of 1914 by the UK representative in Niger area called Frederick Lugard. The UK government reviewing this amalgamation that later led to the independence of Nigeria will solve terrorism not only in Nigeria but in the Sahel region. I will come, if invited, to speak on how dissolving Nigeria will solve this problem and furthermore protect the business interests of these powerful nations around that region.
Okay, okay. My wonderful viewers, and you can see what he just marshaled out, or what he said about the signing of the petition. And I completely, totally agree with you. If you're with me, you follow me on my page, on anywhere, please be part of the petition. Let's see we can get a headway. The suffering and pains of people are numbers that we can overemphasize it. And unfortunately, the leaders are doing nothing about it. They're comfortable that people are dying. Look at what the commission is in Minister of Information. A notable CNN, yes, made a video telling the world how they killed their own children. And what the Nigerian government can do is to say that this is fake news, this is blah, 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 a home minister of information. Even if they are doing a fake news, why not come up to say, please, let's look into what the video that is circulated by this guy, the source, what are they doing? We can't just hold our heads. All you want to defend the lies they have already told the whole world that this is fake news. So that is all this is. When I see them, I don't feel comfortable remaining to answer in Nigeria. In as much as I'm not agitating for Biafra, I'm only agitating for the disintegration of that country. That is my own. Let that country be dissolved. Let's go separate ways so that if we want to unite in any level, we will come back with our senses. Everybody will be very, very careful with each other. You don't treat me with levity. Treat me anyhow. After all, you forced me with a constitution to put us together. Therefore, I go nowhere. The Nigerian oneness is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable, my foot. At this juncture, we want to call it a day on this program. Before we go, Mazi, it's okay. Let it not be that I never allowed you to say something. What is your advice to those agitating for the downfall of Constitution? You have just said it. Or those who are leading us, more especially from the Southern extraction? What is the advice to them regards to Nigerian Constitution and the leadership of our people in general? Just in 2 minutes, sir.
I think the Southern Nigerians are sleeping. You see, it is a fallacy when we talk about the North. We talk about the North in compound term. But when we talk about South, we inadvertently break down ourselves. We have Southeast, Southwest, South-South. We are hurting ourselves. We have the North, they meet, they say 19 governors of the North, they meet. Or you hear Southeastern governors met, Southwest governors met, and South governors met. We are hurting ourselves. There must be an equal and opposite power, which is granted that they would have 19 states, but the day we, the Southern Nigerians, will begin to come together as one entity and drive this, even if it means, see, when we talk about disintegration, I'm a practical being. I look at things that are practical, things that I know that can work. What I believe that is very likely to work is if we have Southern unity, if push come to shove. Sadly, we've gone to war the first time, it didn't favor us. But I think if there is going to be any way out, it must be a collective South. And collective South is what is going to wrestle power out of the whole mess we see ourselves. Then we can, if we sit within the South, and you can begin to decide, okay, these are the things, these are the same principles, because we know we share the same, there are some principles we share together. I'll give us an example quickly. If we say that JAMB is 200, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know who is going to, whether by Expo, whether by cramming, whether by reading with lantern, we know that every single state within the South would endeavor to score minimum of 200. We know the people that would want to say, okay, 200 is too much, let's bring it down to 150. By the time you bring it to 150, they will also tell you that this state is a disadvantaged state by no fault of yours. Okay, let them come in with 100 or 120. Then it doesn't work. Therefore, there is every need, and it beats me silly that in this time and age, most of us within the South don't understand this, that we need to, even within the National Assembly, there is nothing like the Southern Caucus. But you hear the Northern Caucus, you hear the Northern Governors Forum, there is no equal force. Now, even at that political level, if we ever let that be, but amongst ourselves, it is time we begin to speak to ourselves as the South. And when I say the South,
excuse me, sir. Before you settle with your statement, it's not possible for us to get united in the South because they're still going to use their connection up there
listen,
to divide us.
No. You see, you actually attribute so much power to the other side that they don't wield. And by doing
because
that,
they have the money, they have the connection.
No. By doing that, you inadvertently called yourself an idiot. That's what it means, that the South are idiots, that they can never think. But the discussion we've been having here, we know it. Many of us here has probably gone to school outside this country. You know, it's no longer the way you see Oyibo before that you see them now. Because you think, what's there? They don't have two brains. And what we are talking about is about strategy. You must have an equal force. If you don't have an equal force, I understand I do not play ignorant to the fact that I understand there are forces that will come. Of course they will come. Look at, do you think after all, the term Middle Belt was coined by Awolowo. What was Awolowo's strategy? He was trying to break the North by getting the Middle Belt to actually, when he was, Solomon Law was his own apostle, when he was trying to get some of their elite to understand that they do not belong here. But culturally, because they have lived along within so many years and started speaking the language, the common language being used, not Kanuri, not Fufude, but Hausa language, somehow mentally they begin to, even when treated as second-class citizens, they begin to assimilate that. But granted, my problem is not to go into a territory that I do not control. My issue is to stay within a territory that I control, and that territory, because we no longer have the Midwest region, in today's nomenclature, it is about the Southeast, the Southwest, and the Southwest. So until we begin to speak and work as a collective, our purposes is still crossing each other.
Defeated. We're going to be okay. Thank you, my brother, for your contribution.
Yeah, my brother, can I chip in just 1 minute or two?
Okay.
Yes. What my brother said about coming together in the South, of course, I believe him being in the media, he's following what is going on. That is exactly why we are saying this. When I started in this program, I said, we don't care what happens. All we are interested in is disintegrating Nigeria. When Nigeria is disintegrated, whether it is going to be North versus South, whether we are going to have Northern Nigeria and Southern Nigeria, it doesn't matter if that is what the people want. I said it from the beginning. Now, the issue of, whether we are going to come together in the South, everybody must not come together in the South. But for the fact that we are already making progress, what I expect everybody, including him, is to do everything to support the disintegration of Nigeria. I'm not asking him to support Biafra. No, I am asking him to do everything he can to support the disintegration of Nigeria. We are already building the bridges. We have the Yorubas for the very first time in history, after all the years of blackmailing each other and all that. on the 1st of October, we were able to have demonstration with the Yoruba nation, with the Oduduwa nation, but under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu IPOB. They had rallied together, not only in Nigeria, in London. Not only in London, in almost most of the country, all over the world. We protested alongside, shoulder to shoulder, with the Yoruba nation. It is the first of its kind in history. Now, the Middle Belt, they are saying the same thing. The Middle Belt say they are pulling out of Northern Nigeria. They don't want to be part of Northern Nigeria anymore. So we are already coming back, coming together. So all it needs is your support, to say, okay, this Nigeria is not working again. And it will not work by amending constitution. And it will not work by bringing constitution down. We have something, we don't have anything in common with this core Northern Nigeria. They are comfortable with Islamic State. They are comfortable with Sharia law. They don't kill the people that are following the Sharia. They only kill those who they see as indigenous people in the North. All the people you see that their head are being chopped off today, believe me, I swear, believe me, they are not core Muslims that are supporting Sharia. They are the indigenous people in the North. So you have to identify, first of all, Nigeria is not working again. Second of all, support what we are doing. Whether you don't want to be part of Biafra, support Nigeria disintegration. You cannot go away from these two. That is what we are asking. Because at the end of the day, we are going at the end. At the end, we are looking at one thing, which is freedom. Either Northern Nigeria or Southern Nigeria, however it is going to be at the end of the day. But Nigeria is not working.
I think we need to get something. I think we need to get something clear. We are coming to the end of this program. There is something that is very, very clear here. Now, I don't believe many of us watching us will know it, that the Nigerian state does not work.
Good.
In the current way it is now. I say it, the Nigerian state has never worked. Good. And the Nigerian state, again, I want to be put on record. The Nigerian state, the way it's configured today, will never work.
Fine.
Good.
So I want it to be on record, because it is always easy to say, to misquote people. Yeah. Now, my issue is that the house, the foundation of the house called Nigeria is wobbly. We can't be talking about putting POP. We can't be talking about plastering. Or what we'll be talking about putting roof. Let us get back to the roots. Let us get back to the foundation. So when we get to the foundation, we'll start building it up again. Then it's only when you want to now start the foundation, you will decide, do you want to, I hope you understand my analogy, do you want to build it as a 4-bedroom flat? You want to build it as a duplex? But plastering, what is happening today in Nigeria is putting POP, putting plaster on a house that it's almost cracking. You can see cracks.
It's cracked, not almost, it's cracked.
You cannot see a house with cracks that your hands can actually get into the blocks, and you want to start plastering and painting. That is the clear definition of insanity. On that note, I thank you all for listening to me this evening, and I say remain blessed.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Bye-bye. We wish to have you again. Thank you for coming up on our program. God bless you. Well done. Simon, we are just he has just giving his end note and he has left. So, what is your end note? I want you to say your.
I take my end note. If I begin to talk, I will talk to you next tomorrow.
I know.
But the point is that it is good. At least we have everybody is agreeing one thing, and Nigeria is not working, and it is something we are fighting for. We are saying that Nigeria is not working, and the system, the place where we find ourselves today in Nigeria, it has come to the point that we no longer need to be patching, doing POP like he said. It is time to come out boldly the way it is. If you cannot support Biafra, support Nigeria disintegration. Anybody that is fighting my enemy is my friend. So I'm not expecting everybody to come and say I am supporting Biafra. I'm not expecting everybody to come and say I am supporting Oduduwa. But what I'm expecting everybody to do is that Nigeria is not working again. And there is a need to sit in the table, disintegrate, and then discuss the way forward for other regions or other nations that may come out of Nigeria. And like I have said from the beginning, if the people say, because it's going to be by referendum, and I have even gone further to say, if they are not ready to give us a referendum and freedom but in a peaceful way, we are going to go by armed struggle. Because the problem in Nigeria today, the way Nigeria is now, there is nothing is going to be new. Nothing is going to shock us. People are being slaughtered every day. It is not where we go to armed struggle, you are going to have a different kind of killing. Killing is going on already. So if they are not ready to give us in peace, we are going to collect it through armed struggle. And while we are doing all these things, including making a petition and all this awareness we are creating, is that the entire world to know that Nigeria is a time bomb. And that time bomb will explode the day we will start armed struggle. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother. My wonderful viewers, once again, you guys have heard Simon talking about signing of petition of disintegration of Nigeria. I am a party to that. I'm part of it. I'm with you on that because we need to disintegrate the killings. We need to disintegrate, separate from killings, wickedness, injustice, so many evil going on. Nigeria is at the state of comatose. There's nothing to write home about it anymore. Remembering Nigeria is remembering pain. Each time you dream and see yourself back home, if you woke up from that sleep, you only end up seeing that day is a very bad day, no matter wherever you are. So everybody should join hands in signing that petition. Let's say it's a bye-bye to this country. So if succeeding to get it is through stepping down or constitution, anyhow, all I know, the solution of that country doesn't mean well for the citizens, whether you like it or not. And those benefiting from that particular thing, they are our problem. Next time, I'm going to have you talk two things about the enter protest. I made a video on my word. I said protest doesn't work in Nigeria. People talked against me. People were shouting, and the result of that particular topic is manifested. Where is the answers today? People said they are going to come back. I promise you, when they come back, Nigeria will still fight them because they don't believe in anything that works other countries doesn't work in Nigeria.
Exactly.
The only thing that works is violent. But we are going to, that's a talk for another day. So when we arrange it, I'm going to come back with it. We'll talk about it and also talk about the killing in Obi, the remote cause, and put blame where they should go. No matter who is involved, that is me. No matter who is involved, if you are at fault, I'll tell you, but Simon, it did wrong here. If I'm also for you, also tell me that. Some people say that when they saw these people that I just talked about, the leaders, I start condemning them. I wouldn't, two wrongs cannot make a right. That is my own belief till tomorrow. They are leaders. They messed up, but I wouldn't insult them. They messed up. I won't also mess up by insulting them. Because we are talking about how can we get them right to do the right thing. Insulting them wouldn't help matter. You can condemn somebody without insulting somebody. You can disagree with somebody without insulting. That's my own. And that's one thing that have attracted me to most of your programs. Yes. Tell me this guy is wrong, but leave insult alone.
Yes.
But one time when you start putting insult, I quarrel with you.
Thank you very much. I'll be waiting for the next. I'll be waiting for the next program and the next topic you are going to bring. This is a very good thing to discuss, so that a lot of people, because believe me, a lot of people have, we have cleared air, especially in your stand about Nigeria today. A lot of people they will be surprised to know your position. A lot of people will be surprised to know other brother position. So this is a very good platform. We have to be doing this time, every time, because the time for Biafra has come. The time for disintegration of Nigeria has come. We need to up the game, of this awareness. Thank you very much, Reverend Father, for having me.
I totally agree with you. If God wants to bring the solution by bringing up Biafra, so be it. All I know, Nigeria should go their pathway. Thank you for coming for my program. I appreciate it. God bless you, my brother. God bless you. Thank you. My wonderful viewers, I really appreciate each and every one of you for being part of the program. Those who shared, those who commented, those who also did one thing or the other to make the program a success. My guest, thank you, Mazi okay. Thank you in a very special way, my brother, Mazi Simon Ekpa. God bless everybody for making our day. May God reward you and put you through. Whatever be the challenge and prayer we wish to have in this country for this disintegration to happen, may it come to our mind. I want to end by also playing that music from Sonny Okosun, Which Way Nigeria. And agree with me, I don't think there is any way for Nigeria. Nigeria, the way is disintegrate Nigeria. Everybody, listen to the song and enjoy yourself. On that note, I say thank you for watching. There's no way for Nigeria with the 1999 constitution. There's no way for Nigeria. There is no way for Nigeria with the 1999 constitution. I wish for separation and disintegration of Nigeria for people's life to be saved. Thank you for watching. Are you on YouTube? Are you on Facebook? God bless you for watching my program. May God reward all of you. Whenever you have anything, the people also join you to work with you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. I love you guys. I love you.